What's happening, guys? Alexander the Great Volkanovski here with Dan the Hangman Hooker, and we're going to talk about UFC 308 in Abu Dhabi. Two past opponents, obviously the champion Ilia Topuria, who took the belt off me in February this year. Can we get visuals on that, please? Because I'd love to see it. I'm sure you just want to see it. Obviously, I could have done things better, but you make a mistake in front of a man like Topuria, this is what can happen. I haven't seen that for a while, so I got to see that in front of you. What do you think of Ilia Topuria?
I think you've pissed off someone upstairs. But no, like super talented boxer. I just feel like, in my opinion, Max has more tools in the toolkit, and we could see that in his last opponent when he fought Justin Gaethje. Like a very similar opponent to Topuria, very heavy-handed, boxing, orthodox fighter predominantly, and Max was able to just spinning kicks, high kicks, and was able to really shut him down and take a lot of that power away from him.
Yeah, it is. With Max Holloway, right? Like early in his sort of title, like before our fight, he was always a very high-level fighter. Always still had very good tricks, but it was a lot of volume, a lot of boxing. Stand in front of you, he could eat damage, but he was so good at the volume fight and you would eventually get him. He still had some great tricks. Like here, he loved his four-piece. You would 1-2, pull 1-2. The way he did that, like he was really good at sort of nulling them into a range that they thought they could hit you, but they couldn't. Then he would end up just throwing a whole heap of punches. But he ended up changing that quite a bit as the career went on. Obviously, after our fights, I feel like he got so much more tools. The second fight from us, he did well. Muay Thai Max caught me by surprise. It was obviously a lot going down that one. I was the first two rounds I was down. And then had to really pull things out just to try and get back up there. But he really started changing his game. Then throughout the fight, you start seeing him, as you said, spin back. He's, again, through Muay Thai Max, we called him, was just completely different, more upright, changed it up quite a bit. But now you see him doing his spin kicks, as you said. Really working his angles more. He's not just, I'll eat some and I'll just throw more, you know what I mean? I'll give more than I'll take. He was sort of like that. That's sort of how he was, where now he's very hard to hit. And I think that's what's going to be tough for Topuria, in the sense that Topuria, he wants to find that perfect position to throw hands. I just think it might be hard to find that spot with Max. And again, Max, even if he does land big on Max, that granite chin, trust me, I've tried cracking that damn thing many times. And it's a granite chin, mate. It's got to be pound for pound one of the best chins we've ever seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, has he been dropped? He's never been knocked out.
Well, it's funny. He got dropped in the...
they didn't count it, did
they? They didn't count it, though. But it's like... even Max, it's a proper drop. Sat one on the chest, sat on my ass, got back up, and they haven't counted it. So on record, he's never been dropped.
On record.
But I mean, which is good, because it's sort of what I'm saying, how it's a granite chin. Like, you see he wasn't rocked. Yeah. But he definitely got dropped. But I mean, that's not on the book. Yeah. So
anyway, well, who you got? I think if there's anyone to ask on the face of the planet, who do you think's pulling it out in this one? I think you're the man to ask.
Look, again,
I don't even know why I'm standing here.
Yeah, well, with Ilia Topuria, again, he's a heavy puncher. He does have good grappling and that as well. I think he used to be a Greco-Roman, but I think Max's takedown defense is going to be too much if he tries to take it there. I don't think he's going to have any success. I think it is going to be on the hands. Max is going to know that he can't just sit in the pocket with someone like Ilia Topuria. I think he's going to be able to outwork him out on the outside. 5 rounds with Max Holloway isn't easy, especially when you're a pocket rocket looking for that power. Look, he might catch him, but I think it's going to be a long, hard night for Topuria. And that's not me knocking the guy. It's just obviously I've fought Max 3 times. I know how good the guy is. I know how you need to prepare for that guy. You need to be ready for 5 rounds of war every single time, because he's coming. And you're going to crack him hard. He's going to keep coming. Even when things aren't going his way. That third fight I had with him, the last fight I had with him, I felt like nothing was going his way, but he did not come off task. He was just coming the whole time, and that's just the type of guy. I think he's just going to be a little bit too much. What do you think of your actual prediction?
Yeah, I just think Max is too versatile. I feel like the momentum he's kind of carrying is second to none. Not saying Ilia's not. I think Max gets it done. I would like for Ilia to get it done. You fight Ilia, I fight Max. And then we get this whole thing.
The BMF, there you go. So that's, again...
that's who I think's going to win and who I want to win.
Well, that's sort of where I'm at. Like, I think that Max, does it. What do I want? I want that rematch. You know what I mean? I want that rematch. I want to, right that wrong of mine. Obviously, that you know, I've got to look at that damn highlight here and there, and I want that back. But, you know, what do you think of the tools for Ilia to win then? You reckon the grappling?
So he's really going to have to, I feel like he's going to have to show a new feather in his cap, and it's just a part of his game that we haven't seen before. I think just that same kind of waiting for the perfect shot boxing, pressuring in is not the style to beat Max. I feel like Max, he's so versatile, and he just does add new feathers to his cap every single time we see him fight. You know, the spinning kick, which he repeatedly used to shut down a lot of Gaethje's. When Gaethje would try to go and pressure forward, man, that spinning kick just kept coming out of nowhere and was able to, you know, putting it right on the liver. So Gaethje kept, and he didn't want to throw hard, powerful shots. So I feel like Holloway can use the same game plan he used against Gaethje. I feel like Ilia is going to have to show us something new.
Ilia Topuria actually mentioned to Max, or said to him, goes, point to the ground. Like, let's go, like, let's do this, like, you know, point to the ground. I think that's more of a strategy in a sense where he ain't doing that to, you know, shoot on him or anything like that. I think he knows, like, I need to get hands on him. You know, he probably knows that he could be in for a rough night. No, he knows it's not going to be easy. So he would love for Max to just sit there, point at the ground, and then just swing like this. I think Ilia Topuria thinks this is where he could definitely catch him. We would love to be in that. So I know he's mentioned that. But even Max goes, I think that's the only way you think you can beat me. So it ain't going to happen.
Yeah, I feel like that's Max like taking a huge risk as well. That's why, and that was like for the BMF. I feel like that's like an entirely different situation. It's a fight he was winning, and he threw it to the ground, and he took an absolute risk. But I feel like Holloway is a super smart guy. He's not. It's an educated risk. He's not going to do that every single time, because the more time you point to that ground, the more risk of getting knocked out you're going to have to take.
All right, perfect world. Ilia wins, I fight Ilia. BMF is on the line. You know what I mean? How do you think that fight goes down? Yourself?
I'd love that fight.
Yeah,
I'd love that fight, just because I know the amount of time that our coaches have spent looking at the bloke. I don't know. Like, I feel like the game plan, and I feel like our team and our coaches have just so much information on how Max fights. I feel like they know what he eats for breakfast. I feel like they've broken him down to a T. So, you know, and I put so much trust in my coaches and their game plan. That's why I'd be so excited for that fight. Yeah. I think I'd be so excited to get in there and throw it down with him just for the fans.
I mean, well, that's the opportunities for you. Obviously, the BMF would be a no-brainer. There's not many people that fit that category. Not many more than you, that's for sure. I think that's definitely one. Obviously, I want the winner, right? But that's perfect world. I get my rematch, you know what I mean? I think that'll be a great fight. But thanks for having me on this segment. Thanks for watching me get knocked out. Now, hey, if you just want to watch this, make sure you get it on Main Event. Enjoy the show. It's going to be a good fight.